You have no idea how many people have to sleep in their cars and still show up to work with you the next day. Please just be kind to people, because in this economy we're currently in, it's something like we haven't seen since the Great Depression era. And it's a weird economy because we have the technology, so it feels like we're not doing as bad. But when you actually look at the numbers, especially for people with kids mainly, see, I don't have any kids, so I'm able to actually do pretty good for myself. But be kind to people, especially the people with kids, because the inflation is so high, everything's unaffordable. It's whole families sleeping in minivans right now. That's almost the new normal, believe it or not. So just remember that you never know what somebody next to you going through, and you never know what you're going to be going through. So always have gratitude for what you have now, whether that's a car roof, whether that's a van roof, whether that's a house roof, or just a tent roof, or, you know, even not even having any roof and just having your health. Just please keep it on the forefront of your mind that having gratitude and being kind goes a long way. If you agree with this message, make sure you like, share, and repost. And if you don't, leave a comment. Let me know why. Peace.
So, sleeping in your car and living in your car is becoming the new normal. So he's basically trying to say that sometimes you have to just be nice. You know, show some gratitude. There's a lot of people in this world that's just out here trying to survive, going to work, just showing up, keeping a smile. Just show some gratitude. And I know a lot of people that go through things in their life, and they go through so much. So when you speaking with somebody, always remember to be kind. And I know it's hard, because sometimes people just don't be kind to you. And sometimes you feel like, you know, like, I'm not about to let this person just keep talking to me like that. And I get it, because sometimes people will push your buttons. Now, the good thing about being kind to somebody is that you never know who you might meet. So that's why you should be kind to people, because you don't know what people going through. You don't know what they've been through. And I know it's some mean people out there, but you don't have to be mean all the time. You know? This world is already cold as it is. So sometimes just show some grace and some mercy, because a lot of people don't know it all. You know? Now, if the person got an attitude all the time, and they just always coming at you, and you feel like you're getting bullied, that's different. Because some people be asking for it. I ain't gonna lie. Some people be asking for it. They just keep picking at you. But if you ain't got to see that person every day, sometimes you could just let it go. Because it's families sleeping in their car. You know? All types of things that I didn't know about due to inflation and things like that. And it just keep going up. They got more problems to deal with, more than you already know. So they don't want another problem when they go into their job. But some people just can't help it. But if you could be kind to somebody, it don't cost you nothing. Some people feel like they gotta be benefited to be kind to somebody. They not about to be kind to somebody if it's not beneficial to them. That's just phony. Some people just phony. But if you can help it, try to be kind. And people make mistakes. You know? Maybe you weren't having a good day. Sometimes it's cool to apologize if you're wrong. Sometimes if you're wrong, just say I messed up. Be human. Now, speaking of that.
You don't.
And you're disjoined from the audio here, right?
Yeah, should be.
Let me see. Sorry.
Mariah, did I make this up?
No.
5 seconds. 1 second. You don't have to go far. You're disjoined. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. False alarm.
No, it wasn't a false alarm.
False negative. Sorry.
Don't joke around. I'm serious about this. It was happening. Again.
I understand. I'm just saying I can't see it, sir.
We're good. Thank you. Get out of my courtroom. Find his supervisor. Jesus Christ.
Sick and tired of this today.
Judge Nathan Milleron has been on the bench since January of 2025, and a quick search of the internet shows he's no stranger to controversial takes from his perch. But it was video of his interaction with an IT staffer, someone who fixes computers, that surfaced over the weekend that seems to really upset people. Judge Nathan Milleron was in trial here at the 215th District Court today and wouldn't let our cameras inside nor comment on the specific court video showing him trying to get a computer problem fixed that seems like it's everywhere right now.
No, it wasn't a false alarm. Don't joke around. I'm serious about this. It was happening. Get out of my courtroom. Find his supervisor.
Sick and tired of this today.
Since the video gained traction online, we have confirmed that the young man works for the court administrator's office, and several judges told us off camera he's a nice guy who's always fixing their computer problems. Retired Judge Mike Schneider won't comment on this specific incident involving Judge Milleron, but says in general, judges are held to a higher standard.
There's codes for lawyers, there's also codes for judges, and judges are held to a higher standard. And judges are required to be patient, dignified, and courteous to anyone, witnesses, lawyers, anyone, as long as they're in their official capacity.
Schneider says if someone found Milleron's or any judge's conduct problematic, they can file a complaint with the state board, though the complaints themselves are not public.
There's a state commission on judicial conduct, and they take complaints. They will often, if there's nothing on its face that is wrong, they'll just dismiss it. If something gets articulated that if it's true is a violation, then they'll reach out to the judge, and they can even have a hearing, and there's a whole process.
The Judicial Commission shows Milleron has not been sanctioned, and there is no way to know if anyone complained yet about this incident. But in general, Schneider says judges should behave better than the lawyers in their courts.
Lawyers don't necessarily have to be dignified to others. We see that all the time, but judges in their official capacity do.
Because the judge is elected, the civil court's administrative judge cannot take any action. This afternoon, however, the office did issue a statement saying it is committed to a workplace grounded in respect and upholding the integrity of the judicial process.
And remember that video I was talking about the other day? This is the video I was talking about how that judge was being just mean to the IT tech. Now, the IT tech guy, he made a joke, and the judge didn't think it was funny. So he was threatening to call the supervisor on that IT tech guy. Nah, I do think he went too far, talking about he want to call their supervisor, and he was just rude. Remember, I was saying that maybe it was him working on them hours at his job, and people was like, nah, it's not that, and things like that. But it came out. I seen it on TMZ. They basically was saying that the judge has just went viral for being arrogant and rude, and people was calling him just an a-hole, all types of things, right? He facing a lot of debt problems. He owed a lot of credit card debts to Chase, Discover. He like $70,000 in debt. So he filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Remember, I was telling you, that's why a lot of people are just mad. He's human too, but I do think he should apologize to the tech worker. It was uncalled for, but he's human too. You know, he's going through things too. So he didn't expect for him to go viral like that. So he made a mistake, you know. Everybody that's mean sometimes are not bad people. He was going through something, you know. And he had all that debt, you know. A lot of people have a lot of debt. $30,000 in credit card debt. I'm glad I was only like $30,000 in debt. He like $70,000. And it's just getting ridiculous. And then they making so much money off entrance. And sometimes everybody don't want to be joked. around, you know? But you got pranksters out here. You don't know what you are walking to. You might go to the grocery store. You trying to shop. That's a YouTuber trying to bother you. You know? That's the world we living in. And sometimes you do got to keep your cool. Because now he's looked at as the enemy. He's looked at as the bad guy. But he can always turn it around. All you have to do is apologize, you know. He was going through something. People do go through something. And when people apologize to you, be willing to accept their apology. Nah, there's a difference if they keep doing it and they apologize all the time. Nah, don't go for that. Because at the end of the day, they're just full of it. But this judge might, you know, I'm not making excuses for the judge, but people are not perfect. So he got to just switch it up. Because people just think he mean to the mud right now. And it is what it is. Some people are just mean.
It ain't just Atlanta, man. Parking lots and new apartments everywhere. There's just a little bit of them, but it's loaded down. It's loaded down.
He talking about it's not just in Atlanta. It's everywhere. Parking lots are being filled with cars. Of people living in their cars. This is becoming the new apartments. A lot of people are choosing to live in their cars, you know? They feel like they don't want to pay all these high bills anymore. They don't want to pay rent no more. You know, they feel like the prices of rent just gone up. They don't own nothing. They working. They check is not meeting the requirements no more. They've been working all these years and they barely getting raises. Some people get raises, but some people barely. So this is just getting outrageous. It's becoming a new normal. I can't believe that. I really can't believe it. Because you don't know when your next situation will occur. And they was joking on me in the comments. They used to say, well, I do videos in a car all the time. They told me my car never moves. But a lot of people like to just tune in on your life, but they don't really know nothing about your life. You know? They don't put themselves in your shoes. They told me my car couldn't even move. And that's crazy. Look, watch this, y'all. Look. You see that? Ain't no green screen either. You see that? Now watch me come back up. They told me my car couldn't move. But I just choose not to record videos driving. I want to be safe out here. You know? So be thankful that you have a car to live in. Or be thankful that you got a house to live in. Because your job could fire you next week. It's real out here. And I know some people say it's depressing, but you gotta talk about reality. This is real. This is a cold world out here. And I don't know when is it gonna change. It's just getting worse. And y'all feel where I'm coming from. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support, you know. And we need to give everybody out there who's going through something bad, they support. It's not just complaining all the time. You know, if you think it's complaining all the time and you gonna want to watch some weird entertainment crap, then go watch that. We want to see what people is going through, man. I do. We want people to unite, you know? And it's cool to listen to that entertainment sometimes, but entertainment gets boring to me. Like, you get too caught up in that. But I think it's just getting outrageous. So what y'all think about people just living in their cars and RVs everywhere? That's the new apartments now. And it's going to become a crime to live in your car. Everything is evolved around money. That's sad. the world that we living in. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. So let me know what y'all thoughts on that. Hopefully it get better, but we've been saying that for a long time. And it seems to not make a difference. And people can't take it. And I don't blame people. Sometimes you gotta do what's best for you.